Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Bachelor post-show live chat with me, Bachelor Fantake. How's everyone doing tonight? We've got another episode of the Bachelor week. What is it? Week 3? Second date week we're on? And it's the drama's in high gear already, which I don't know if it even needed to be like this already, but usually the emotions are high as we get further along, because we're getting to that pre-hometown spot, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, you know, front runners are coming out, and so people are jockeying for spots, and so things get tense. But it's like week 2, week 3 already. But alright, before we get into everything tonight, gotta go over, of course, the stream rules. Number 1, please, no posting any outright spoilers in the comment section. Unless, of course, you can back it up with sleuthing. We will be doing some sleuthing tonight, all season long as well. Number 2, be kind to one another. And number 3, anger not our YouTube overlords. Please follow the YouTube guidelines. Or YouTube will smite us all. So, big night for crying. Big night for drama. As a whole lot of mess. We got this bachelor school. We got two group dates, even though there were supposed to be 2 one-on-ones because Beverly had a mysterious illness and went home. There was a lot going on behind the scenes that we didn't fully see. Drama with Rose and Karolina. Drama with Zoe and Serafina. Unbelievable rhyming drama. And big week for Latia. There we go. It all rhymes. But Karolina getting the one-on-one for the week, and having a good one-on-one. Things going well with Grant, and then immediately getting jealous and getting in her head, and group date. This finance group date with Grant bucks. Wonder what the value of a Grant buck is to the dollar. And Bailey getting some, bonus time with Grant and a special reward for her Grant bucks that all ended up in her going home anyway. But after the Zoe drama, which was Serafina and Zoe, Serafina calling Zoe's dress really short, Zoe getting upset, but people getting upset at Zoe because she was causing drama the week before and getting extra time, and so there's a whole sort of thing. And Maria Hernandez, thank you so much for the super chat. The only good thing about the episode was seeing the Golden Bachelorette guys back. I saw Gary and felt better. The other Gary, the Gary from Golden Bachelorette. The drama is being fumbled like the Chiefs during the Super Bowl. Give me all the puppies now. Yes, I was gonna. We also have another big thing to talk about. Huge news from the weekend. The biggest thing from yesterday. No, not the Super Bowl. The announcement of the Bachelorette not coming back this year. That's pretty big news. They're taking a break, I believe. It's not canceled. I think it's the same thing like they did with Bachelor in Paradise. Could be a scheduling. I've heard a lot of things. Could be a scheduling issue. Could be a scheduling issue with like the wildfires potentially. Could be they're wanting to sort of revamp things. Maybe come in with a strong cast. I'm not terribly upset at the idea because I think the show needs a bit of freshening up. You either got to get and even for The Bachelor too, if they can get someone exciting in there, if they can take a break, get someone really exciting. Maybe they didn't have anyone from this season that they were excited about. Maybe they're trying to really pump up Bachelor in Paradise this year. Bachelor in Paradise new showrunner for Bachelor in Paradise coming in, and maybe they're trying to make this like Love Island, make it competitive with Love Island, and really like pump that up. So they're focusing on that. Who knows? Who knows? There could be a lot of reasons. There could be some behind the scenes politics. You never know if they need to revamp. Like they had such a strange Bachelorette thing going on last year with, I mean, Jen was picked, but there was, Maria and Daisy and all that stuff, and them turning it down, and I don't know, maybe they're just regrouping for a year and trying to get things back in gear. But yes, the Bachelorette apparently taking the year off this year, so we will have just Bachelor in Paradise this summer. So that is good. So there's going to be that, but we'll have Bachelor in Paradise, and then upwards and onwards to whatever's next. Another Bachelor season. Who knows? Could hype up Bachelor in Paradise a little bit, because we might be getting our Bachelor. Unless they take a Bachelor year off, I don't think that'll happen. But our Bachelor for next year could be from Bachelor in Paradise as well. Because where else are they going to select? They're not going to select it from the Bachelorette. That's not coming this year. We'll see. I know things aren't stopping in terms of, like, no Bachelorette. What about a golden version of the show again? I know they're still casting for stuff like that. Still going to be casting for Bachelorette, but not coming back this year. I don't think they should do a golden season necessarily either. But we'll see this year. Gives the golden season as well. Such a show that's dependent on a strong lead. You gotta make sure you have someone and a cast. You can't just like pump it out like crazy. Bachelor in Paradise, pump it out, because it can be trash, and also you have a larger pool to select from. But hopeful now, if they're really focusing on Paradise, hopeful for a good season after the absolute just disastrous season that it was before. Because they like the success rate is getting to be a little bit of a joke. I mean, it's been a joke for a while, but it's getting to be a real bad joke, especially last season. I mean, we've got our guy Joey. We're holding on to Joey, but news of like Matt James and Rachel, and it's just like it's just always dwindling down. We hold on to Joey, and keeping off track from the episode. There's a lot of talk about Grant as well this season. Is being here for the right reasons? Is he here for love or a platform? With all the singing he's been doing, and I might talk about this in my video tomorrow, if I remember to talk about it. But like when it comes to like contestants using the show as a platform, there's a large part of me that's like, I don't care. Do it. Everyone does it. It's an opportunity. Do it. The only thing that I want is that you're also here, to try and actually make a legitimate shot at love. If you're doing that, then yeah, like anyone would use the show for a platform. Anyone who would go on this show, Love is Blind, all the other shows to try and build something up for themselves. I don't blame people for doing that. It's when they do it without the intention of like actually participating in what the show was meant for. That's when things are a real problem. A Shot of Love with Demi's back this year. So yeah, and it's a fair point as well. Like with Bachelorette, Um, that was also a season that was screwed up as well with Jen. Jen got like a real rough, end of the stick, and not a fun ending to that season, especially if you're Jen. But so Jen, Grant with all this sort of stuff, like the questions of will we ever get a happy ending to these shows? Maybe it's not the worst thing in the world that we're taking just a break. Just a break. Distance makes the heart grow fonder. All right, that was a pulling away from where we were in the show. Yes, Lisa Vanderpump on this surprise mini group date with Latia, Serafina, and Dina. Latia, Serafina, and Dina. I cannot with these rhyming, the rhyming names this season. And Latia getting a one-on-one dinner date. So we know she makes it far. We've seen her here in the final filming location. Top 3, top 2, maybe even. She is absolutely getting an impeccable edit. If there were a Bachelorette season and she doesn't, end up with Grant at this point, I think people would be considering her as an option. They'd be putting her name out there, maybe. But everything ended though with Karolina. And this incident where she apparently overheard Grant, or someone else heard Grant say that while he was dancing with Karolina in the previous episode, he was actually thinking about Rose the whole time. It all seems a little bit much. Karolina was a lot, and it looks like next week she's going to continue the spiral. I don't think many women were appreciating her attitude, which ended up pulling the night away from its purpose of having people spend time with Grant. And so we saw Chloe go home. She didn't get much time, and she lamented much of her time being spent, thinking or talking about this drama. And Bailey, despite the winning all the Grant bucks, didn't have enough to purchase a rose. And Allie Joe going home as well. Beverly, the mystery exit. So four going home. We have 10 left. 10 women left. So it is a bit of a strange situation. Like who do we believe in this moment? Do we believe that Grant said to someone he was thinking about Rose during the dance? Or do we believe that Rose was she misheard and misheard severely enough that she went to Karolina and told her that? I think there's a lot of strangeness going on. I think it's possible that Grant might have said to a producer something like, I gotta think the truth is somewhere in the middle, because it's such a strange, far-fetched thing to jump on. Like, I don't think Rose is trying to stir drama. I don't think. But maybe there's something in Grant saying, oh, I was while I was dancing, or whatever with a dance. I think I was choosing between Rose and Karolina for that or something like that. Like maybe Rose is in contention for winning. She overheard that and it got misconstrued. Oh, people have posted the quote on Twitter. Okay. Somewhere, it's in the middle, yeah. Thinking of you during the dance date. Okay. Something like that. Okay, cool. Maybe then I can put, if it's from the actual episode, then maybe I can actually pull it. Okay, so yeah, like that makes sense. That makes sense. It's strange to bring it up and then it all falls apart, you know? But certainly Karolina's also shown that she's extra sensitive to these things because she also came back and was super upset that right after her one-on-one date, Grant was on this 3-on-1 mini group date thing because Beverly had to go home. And it's I get, yeah, sure, jealousy and all that, but what is Grant supposed to do there? Is he supposed to just not do that? He was also scheduled to go on a one-on-one instead, so he would have been going on a date right away anyway. So she is very it seems, sensitive to these sort of things, I suppose. But ultimately, though, whether or not it's because of stuff like this or it was inevitable anyway, we know that Rose and Karolina are not, they're not in the cards for a hometown spot. So maybe it's because of all this, but it's inevitable. Rose will go and Karolina will go. We've seen that in the previous. We've got essentially we know an interesting thing for me is watching Zoe through all this. Villain vibes. Karolina seems to be and in the preview as well taking over the villain role for a bit. And maybe the shift is happening because Zoe, we know, is moving towards a hometown. We'll see about a fantasy suite or not. But other than that, we have Juliana again, strong at it, as always. Seems on track. Latia, strong at it. Seems on track as well. But let's take a look at next week's preview. See the continuation of Karolina's villain in quotes moment on the show, which could lead to her downfall. She certainly crosses paths with Dina. We've seen in the season preview and a bunch of women here. So if it's her or some of the others, Dina getting a one-on-one next week, hard to imagine Karolina wins out. So let's take a look at this thing for next week in Madrid.
We're going to Madrid!
All I'm thinking is I'm gonna hold on for dear life.
This is the first time that I've ever thought to myself, 6 seconds is long enough.
Well, all right. So, group date for the week. Bull riding, classic, bachelor idea in Spain. Here's the women on the group date. We got Parisa getting the group date rose this week. Love me some. I need more PowerPoints though from Parisa or a rocks date, but love me some Parisa spotlight. Latia, Karolina, Rose, Juliana, Alex, Zoe, and Natalie. I didn't even have to look at my cheat sheet this week. That's what happens when we get down to 10 women. It's episode 3. We're on to 4, 10 women. Dina, we've seen, and in the sleuthing we've seen, getting a one-on-one, and Serafina as well. So we've got 8 women on this group date. Riding the bull. I think in the season preview, there's also a moment. It doesn't necessarily mean she earns like bonus time. It could just be like, you know, everyone gets little moments, and they show a kiss between, I believe it's Zoe and Grant up on a like higher spot looking over some of the city, I think, if I remember correctly from the season preview. So she continues to do well despite being surrounded in drama. Although Serafina was in the wrong for some, even though people are not liking Zoe, you don't want to get down on the same level. But yes, here we are.
I am definitely developing feelings for these women. Now the focus is to fall in love.
Me and Grant are very compatible.
Yes, and the Dina on that one-on-one, we were able to figure out guess for next week in the season preview, and Latia as well. Latia, more Latia time. But Dina getting her moment.
The sparks are there, the chemistry is there.
This is what I was talking about. So I don't know if there's a Rose here, or if it's just maybe Zoe wins. She does better this week. The bull riding trumps the comedy business Grant Bucks date for her. Doubt she'll be getting upset this time. She gets some bonus champagne time with Grant. That it does look like, with the champagne, it does look like maybe she wins she gets the best time on the bull riding or something like that. So more Zoe continuing on past, despite the.
It's all about taking a leap of faith.
I definitely feel like I'm falling in love with Grant.
So Serafina as well. The two drama from the group date, the 2 drama forces getting one-on-ones. I wonder if that means they'll do. Sometimes they do that also so that, well, everyone goes on the. Oh, well, I guess no. Sorry, that's completely wrong. I was somehow went Zoe one-on-one and Serafina. Never mind, scratch that. My brain is slowly melting. My final brain cell is giving out. No, Dina and Serafina. But both drama forces getting extra time. There we go. Saved. And
I'm falling in love with Grant.
Cheers to not crying tonight.
Cheers to not crying.
cheers to not crying.
Oh my god. I just want to go.
And so yeah, this we'll see a little bit more. Some of the Rose drama from the season preview that we didn't know the context for. It's starting to come together. This Rose stuff. She's going to be turning on Karolina. And I think the "you backstabbed me" is her. Now that everyone seems to turn on Karolina a bit up ahead. Gives her that maybe that gives her the prompt.
Right now it's coming across like you might not have the strongest feelings for him.
Let's not pretend that we know the guy and we're in love with him.
So I wonder if that has to do with with her reactions to the other dates.
Strongest feelings for him. Across like you might not have the strongest feelings for him.
Let's not pretend that we know the guy and we're in love with him.
He
I guess
deserves
it's also possible something new is said.
more than to be lied to.
If I felt that unsure of who he was, I would be packing my bags and leaving.
Yeah. So if I felt that unsure about who he was, like questioning his character. So that seems to be what has the ladies upset. Her questioning his character and bringing it up to him caused such a, focus for the night. That women are angry, taking away time, putting Karolina in the spotlight. She already had a Rose. and Rose, speaking of, now on the outs because of this whole mess. Though Rose, did help herself out a little bit in that way.
What's your question?
With Karolina, it's just nothing but negativity.
Interesting. Juliana pulling the snitch. We saw Zoe refusing to name names. Karolina pretty much refusing to name names in their little snitch moments this past episode. Juliana doing, and a potential front runner doing it too. Could be interesting.
About you. Questioning
Interesting
this entire
play.
journey.
It's the Karolina show. We all are now paying the price.
Oh, someone
Enough is enough.
getting sent home. Could be rose ceremony and sent home anyways, or it could be someone sent home early. But yeah, Juliana, Serafina, Parisa, Latia comforting Rose. I think no one's really gonna be in Karolina's corner.
The
Coming up.
price. Enough is enough. Your actions have consequences.
You backstabbed me. You did me.
It's not Natalie. It's not Natalie. What they're throwing in there.
You did.
It's a very interesting choice. It's a very interesting choice that I like. Some preview editor was like, ooh, maybe we'll throw in this Natalie.
Backstab me.
Throw in this Natalie thing. Maybe people think, oh, maybe it's Natalie. No, won't be. It's gotta be all Karolina. I mean, hey, look, and we're just going off the information we have. It's very possible that something completely new out of the blue happens, and there we go. Someone else is backstabbing Rose. Not a fun couple of weeks for Rose, but no, it's got to be Karolina. It's got to be this Karolina show, all from this same area, but I guess we'll have to wait and see next week. Short little preview, drama. We're coming up on week 4, so I imagine we'll be doing this week. Then we're going to Scotland, I believe, and then it'll be mid-season. We'll get a mid-season preview, a more extended season preview. So that'll be a juicier one. Maybe even next week. Maybe next week or the week after. So the drama is rolling, and for what? For what is the drama rolling when none of these ladies are even gonna get to be the Bachelorette? Well, this year at least. But hey, and you know what? For Paradise, those Paradise spots with Hakeem locked in for this year, those Paradise spots are more valuable than ever. So you know what? There is a lot at stake. A lot at stake. So big weeks ahead. Let's see, who do we know? I guess in my preview breakdown, I'll examine who's likely making it to Scotland. I know we'll get at least a couple of clues, but here we saw this week, Allie Joe. This whole row except for Alex is gone. Chloe's gone. So just Dina and Karolina. Juliana left. Natalie. I wonder if there's footage of Natalie left. I'm not sure. Latia, Serafina likely getting a rose. next episode, so she'll be safe. It just depends on how many we're thinking are going home. I'd say we're guaranteed 2. 3 would 3 then be down to 7 to 4? Could be. I'll probably throw out 3 names, but I'm thinking maybe it's Karolina's time to go next week, and Dina and Serafina will the rhyming names will get roses. Parisa, Natalie, Rose are 3 other names that I'm gonna have to dive into the archives and see if we can spot some footage of them further along. Footage in Scotland is what we're looking at. So, but I would say Karolina. I'm not sure if there's going to be some Scotland footage for her. So that's what I'll say for here. But if you want more detailed thoughts, more thought out, reviewed, with some throwbacks to the season preview breakdown and all that, check out the preview breakdown for this week coming out on Wednesday. So I am gonna end things a little bit early tonight, just a few minutes early, because one, big day tomorrow, big day the day after, and this week, Love is Blind. New season comes out. Expect a video on that as soon as possible. Likely even Friday. Right when it comes out. Friday, Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day treat. Love is Blind coming out as well this week. So lots of content. 3 video week. A new season of Love is Blind in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Get ready to hear that. So will Megan Fox be back? I'm crossing my fingers. Or someone. I'm hoping there are some celebrity lookalikes who comment on it specifically. Really hoping for that. I also want to get to going to bed. I've got a couple little gals who are asleep, but I've been a little sick, a little under the weather today. So I'm ending things now to get to that. Thank you all for joining me tonight to talk Batch. We are 3 episodes down. I wonder, are we going to do a full 10? Do full 10? We've got next Scotland, pre-hometowns will be 5, hometowns 6, tell-all 7 or 8, fantasy suites 8. Yeah, it could be a 9. Unless they do it to be continued. So 9 or 10 is what we're looking at this time. So, all right. Thank you all. Thank you everyone. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you everyone who's chatted. Thank you for anyone who's lurked. You're all appreciated. Big week of content ahead, and then back at it the week after. So, and then more Love is Blind as well. And but no Bachelorette. But there's always stuff to cover. All right, enough. Bye everyone. Have a wonderful time, and until next time, Bachelor Fantake out.